I hope you're ready. It's because Instagram is one of my favorite platforms right now. Facebook has just gotten so political, and I try not to get too political on this show because that's not what this is about. But this secret number 10,
Instagram traffic secrets, man.
It's
this
is so much.
The book is called Traffic Secrets, so you know that this is like kind of what it's about.
This is what it's about. This is where the money is made.
If you want this book, get it for the cost of shipping. Get it in the link in the description.
Simply for this section, of this.
All right, so if you are somebody who really loves to do marketing on Instagram or pretty much run your entity of your brand or your business on Instagram, there's a lot of game in this section, and it starts with essentially letting you know you have 2 different ways to interact with the platform: by viewing other people's content or by posting your own content. He just went over that, and pretty much consuming versus producing. And then in another figure, they talk about, Russell says, because I simply rotate between his JK5 categories when he posts, his followers can clearly see what he cares about: family, funnels, faith, entrepreneurship, and personal development. I've been working on my JK5 for a minute, and I now know every day, as soon as I get up or decide to post something or say, it's been a minute, I'm like, all right, what should I post? Now, I need to get better at organizing it because that's the next step.
It easier to post,
it would make it extremely easy. So, dude, and man, this whole chapter. You go into some stuff
for sure. So, basically, you go through that framework that I talked about in the introduction to fill your funnel for this whole section. But after you understand the history and you create your publishing plan and strategy and all that, this talks about how each piece of the platform is to be used. So, Instagram profile strategy, which is your gallery. And then your Instagram profile is the core foundation of your Instagram strategy. I'll focus on this first section of the platform because it is the key to increasing your followers and will fuel your Instagram stories with their powerful swipe ups, Instagram lives, IGTV, and more. So the hook is your pictures. Obviously, after someone looks at your bio, the next thing they're going to see is the grid of all the pictures, right? So you want to use this, and just as a brief aside to explain what the JK5 method is, JK5 comes from this marketer named Jenna Kutcher. And so what she developed was a strategy to keep your social media fresh and then also make it make sense for your brand too. So what she did was come up with a plan where you come up with 5 things that your brand or that you personally as the attractive character care about or would really want to show to the world, right? So Backbeat just talked about the ones that Russell Brunson talks about, and you could pick anything that really is important to you, but just having 5 really helps you rotate through things, and that just you're not posting about dogs all the time, you're not posting about social justice all the time, you're not posting about politics all the time. Now it's okay to post about all those things if that's what you're into, but rotating through those things gives people a way to connect with you in a way that they want to, right?
Exactly.
Because it's not about you so much as it is giving people a way to connect with you and with the things that they're interested in. So,
man, I couldn't have said that last part better. Yeah,
JK5 method. We're using it, and it gets even deeper to having folders on your phone where you organize it to your JK5 method that you can share with other people, so that if they take photos that have to do with your JK5, they can then put it in there. But it's all about this strategy of creating content, or really capturing and curating content that will help you gain followers.
And so this secret really gets in the nitty-gritty of the different sections. Now, if you use Instagram, which I'm sure you do if you're here, there's different ways you can digest it. There's the grid, there's the story, there's IGTV, And now there's Reels, which isn't in here because it's brand new, like super brand new.
Right.
But I mean, I'll get into Reels later because I've experienced some things with Reels. But the concepts are explained in the book still.
Yeah.
Even so, like it's kind of evergreen in that aspect.
Yeah.
But anyway, what I was getting at is this section really breaks down how you increase your reach by putting certain keywords in your comment section in your post, you know, like stuff you don't think about.
The captions are crucial.
Yeah, and then on top of that, hashtagging, like I'll just go through this brief, you know, experience that I've had with hashtagging, and that is, as soon as I knew it was a thing, I was like, wow, I have to find out what this is about. And what the relevance is of it, because it's kind of like a new introduction to language, but mostly on digital, you know, social media language. Like social media interactions have kind of spawned this hashtag movement, right?
Yeah, totally.
So now it's kind of an integral part of tagging your posts and actually like putting what I call layperson's metadata on your posts. So it's a really easy way to essentially attach your post to more than just your following and reach on your page. You can actually get it out to a lot more people that happen to be following the same tags in different ways. And a lot more people than you think are using hashtags on a daily basis, especially on Instagram, to boost their stuff organically.
Indeed. And so when you're thinking about that, you should have a goal for each post, right? And Russell says is when he's thinking about making a post, he wants to decide whether he wants to inspire, educate, or entertain. And so that then informs whether he wants to tell a story, ask a question, or make a list, right? And so you can get into the details, but all of these things lead to what your post is going to be about and also what your hashtags are going to deal with. And then finally, you're going to have your offer, which is your call to action, whether you have like a share this post, hit the like button, post an emoji, sign up for whatever. And then it gets into IGTV after that. Man, produce video content. So IGTV, basically what it boils down to is your reality TV station and your testing ground. So anything that, and we're building towards a thing that we'll call a master show, which we'll explain later.
Yeah,
but
that's in section 3.
Anything that you're posting on Instagram is probably your freshest thing, especially with like stories. You know, you want it to be kind of real time, and because of that, and because of the nature that people are going to forget about it by tomorrow, you can kind of test things out, right? And so if you have an idea for a sketch or just a kind of concept for an ad that you want to run, you could post it first and like see how your audience responds on IG, and then move that content to other platforms when you know it works. You know what I mean?
Dude, I've seen that so much recently, and the fascinating part to me is that it's super intuitive for the brands who actually catch on. Like, for instance, TikTok surprised me because nowadays I kind of noticed that engagement is up when someone sees a post on a platform from TikTok, even if it's not on the platform TikTok. It's on Facebook and it has that little badge there.
Yeah,
a lot of the times people think, oh, well, maybe this is something that everybody does or should know about. And I've been kind of thinking, I need a TikTok, even if I'm not trying to use it.
I'm trying to avoid it, but
I'm
looks
trying
like
to.
I might need to.
Exactly. That's exactly how I felt. So I've kind of gotten, here's the thing, this is how I'm fighting that.
Yeah.
I'm finding folks that I care about, that I engage with on a pretty regular basis on either other platforms or in person, mostly in person for me, for this particular thing. If I like you in person and I think you're interesting and you're posting on TikTok, then I'll probably get it to follow what you're doing. But otherwise, I'm not super interested, but it's definitely something to consider.
And sometimes you can view it on the web. That's how I look at most TikToks now. So, I'm trying to avoid it just because it's a headache to have all these different social media platforms. And even in here, Russell talks about you should probably just have one home, unless you are just like really into marketing and you want to have the strategy with the master show. But like, honestly, just having one place is enough work for one person if you're a solopreneur, especially. But if you have a team, it makes it a little bit easier to be on multiple platforms at the same time. But like adding a fifth one in when we're talking about Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Google, you know, if you have a podcast on top of that, it's just like there's just so much. And what you need to do is be able to condense what you're doing and be able to share it across multiple platforms, but keeping in mind the history and the goal of that platform.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, what you're trying to do is drive traffic to your website.
Exactly.
Like,
fill your funnels.
Yeah, fill those funnels. If you're, and the point of us bringing any of this up is if you're on any of those platforms already, you now can like wrap your head around how to either, you know, get to the point where if you get a slap or a snap, you won't just be completely leveled. So that's the point of all of this, really.
This chapter even talks about how to use your highlights to do a mini webinar.
Oh my goodness,
like it's crazy. Like
it's super dense, man.
Yeah,
there's several things on each. Okay, so go on with that. Like
and then he even breaks it down to how much time you should be spending
each day,
looking each day at different content and figuring out what you need to do to funnel hack, and then creating content. There's a whole plan, daily, weekly, monthly, and when you go live on Facebook, that you can even use Instagram Live. So like he has a way to use he gives you a publishing plan. If you don't know how to create a strategy and a publishing plan, he gives you one as a template to use, and then all you have to do is plug in your name, your business's name, and instead of, you know, maybe you don't want to do 10 posts and 10 messages a day, maybe you do 5 and 5. You know, you kind of
adjust it.
Yeah, adjust it and choose and pick as you need, and then but you need to be doing all of them to some degree. So, man, if you don't do anything else in this book, you could read the publishing plan for IG and you would be set. Like, just if you understand what the JK5 categories are and read that publishing plan, you'd be set. And then you apply, work your way in and buy your way in. It's just, oh my goodness.
How much was your latte this morning?
If you paid $10 for coffee this morning, tomorrow morning, don't buy coffee. Buy this.
Get up, maybe eat an apple or something.
There's
like,
a link
get
in the
some
description.
food.
Buy this.
Maybe you
can
do a
get your
home
coffee the next
brew.
day. I promise you can get back to getting coffee the next day.
I'm telling you, it's totally worth it. I'm telling you. So
there's literally millions of dollars worth of game in this, and like you said, it's not even updated with Reels yet. But even still, man.
All right. So next secret, we're gonna get into
Facebook traffic secrets. So this is kind of for my old heads, but if you're still on Facebook and really kind of active there, and the thing is, there's like 2 billion people on Facebook. So Facebook traffic secrets, secret number 11. Stay tuned.